The Saudi Arabia Grand Prix is here. Today was F3 Practice 1 and Free Practice 2. I'm here to deliver you what happened on both sessions and the best part for last, which is going to be the prediction of my qualifying session for tomorrow. Stay with me. So yeah, here we go. So Saudi Arabia Grand Prix is here with us. FP1 and FP2 was today. Just finished a few minutes ago, and I just want to deliver what I actually noticed. I want to share with you guys my thoughts about the session, and in the end, my qualifying predictions. I was thinking about to deliver the qualifying prediction after FP1, but that's just not a good idea, because FP1 is just they are just testing out stuff, and it was not very interesting for the most part. But here we go, FP1 for the entire session, FP1 and racing and quality, etc. We are going to have C4, C3, and C2 tires. So that was the priority selection for this weekend. On FP1, humidity was at 55%, at track temperature 45. Don't forget, this was in the middle of the afternoon, so still quite sunny and hot. Air temp was 27 degrees, so quite humid, and the humidity was 55%. So all the conditions were met for a hot track, and the hot track was confirmed with 45 degrees Celsius. We have seen hotter tracks, but again, due the time of the training of the free practice and due to track conditions at this time, I was suspecting that we will not see anything close to quali or even race, because the conditions are way off what we are going to see throughout the race. So it was nothing special throughout the session. The timing, so Verstappen was the fastest with 1:29.67617, followed by Perez 1:30.100, and third place was Alonso with 1:33.15. So kind of a repetition of last race, but interesting to see. And then we had Stroll, Russell, Hamilton, Sainz, Gasly, Albon, and Tsunoda. To notice, even though the conditions were not anything close to race conditions, to notice that the Ferraris were quite underperforming, and the Mercedes were just very shaky. But still, it was not at all representative. Okay, then afterwards we went to FP2, and FP2 was slightly different story. Much cooler. Air temperature was at 26 degrees at that point of time, but dropping rapidly. Humidity was at 51%, and track temp was at 31%. Track temp was at 31 Celsius. So we went from, in the first FP, from 45C to the second FP to 31C. I was expecting to see the track temps to drop throughout the session, but they didn't drop. It's at the end, the track temp was still at 31.30. So, but again, much closer to race conditions, and it was a much more interesting session. So it was funny to see everybody rush on track. So we have many cars on track right at the beginning of the free practice, because the conditions were so close to race conditions that everybody wanted to go in and test out and test everything out as close to race conditions as possible. Red Bull looked really strong there, so I don't think nobody is surprised with that at this point in time. So Red Bull was really on rails. They were glued to the track, glued to the tarmac. Really nice. Austin's looked very nice too. You will see on the ending timings that Aston Martins were really performing very well. I was really surprised. Not surprised. My surprise was that 2 races with such consistency. Not races, but you know what I mean. 2 events with so consistent from Aston. Really impressive and well done. Okay. If you know this track, T22 and turns 22 and 23, T22, T23, it's kind of a very fast chicane, left, right, left. It's an S, and everybody, and it was hard for everybody, and it was noticeable that they were trying to get their bearings and their timings on that piece of the track, and many people just failed to turn right. It was understandable. They were just finding their bearings on that point, which was the cameras never left that point because it was full of interesting moments. Hulkenberg made a P4 halfway, it was very impressive for the Haas. So the Haas are looking very good on Qualy environment, like hot lapping, very nice. Let's see if they can get consistent throughout one complete race. Afterwards, Gasly went to P4. Hulkenberg ended at 8 in P8 on after FP2. Still very impressive for a Haas. Gasly ended up on P4. So P4 was kind of a toss-up between Gasly and Ocon. At this point, Gasly had P4. Alpine looking very, very spiffy. Afterwards, Ocon went to P4 and kept the P4 until the end of the FP. So Alpine looking very strong here, very impressive, and this is going to reflect somewhat on my Qualy predictions. Maybe I was not giving on my Qualy predictions the credit that Alpine would actually deserves, but it is what it is. And one thing that was very underwhelming was Ferrari's pilots and cars. So they ended up in P9 and P10 after FP2, if not mistaken. Leclerc P9, Sainz P2. Not P2, sorry, P10. P2, I wish. So Leclerc P9, Sainz P10. Very underperforming. We see a Haas performing better than the Ferrari with the similar mechanics. I know this is discussable, but you know what I mean. So quite interesting to see a Haas doing better than both Ferraris. Pretty interesting if you ask me. But the overall results were first Verstappen 129.603, then Alonso, Perez, Ocon, Russell, Gasly, Stroll, Hulkenberg, Leclerc, and Sainz. So very, very interesting top 10 here, mixed bag, and it was a fun to watch training session. And this brings us to the predictions. Okay, my predictions for the top 10 on Qualy are as follows. I will predict that Max will take pole with much ease. I mean, Max was looking like a robot riding that track, man. It was just pretty nice to see, very exciting to see. Next, we'll see Alonso on P2. I know this is kind of ambitious to predict things like that, but I really feel this is going to be what's going to happen. Then we have Alonso on P2, Perez P3, Stroll P4, Russell P5, Leclerc P6. Yes, my predictions is that Ferrari is not going to qualify that well, but we will see. Hamilton, Carlos Sainz, Hulkenberg, and Ocon. Maybe Ocon and maybe Hulkenberg would switch with Gasly. Not sure there, but I truly believe this prediction is going to come true. So Max, Alonso, Checo, Lance on the first top 4 positions of the quality session for tomorrow on Saudi Arabia. So this is my predictions. Let me know in the comments below what you think. You don't have much time because Qualy is 24 hours time from now. Anyways, I really would like to know what you think about my predictions. If you agree, if you do not agree, if you think I'm just thinking very, very too much out of the box and the results are going to be different. Anyways, I really want to know what you think. Share with me your predictions, and I will really love to hear from you guys. Like and subscribe, it really helps. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thank you.